Section 4. You are going to hear the beginning of a lecture on academic conversations. Take some time to look at questions 31 to 35. Now answer questions 31 to 35 as you listen.
We talk. No matter what gender, culture, nationality, or language, people talk. We are constantly engaged in molding the ideas of one another through affirmation and even disagreement. Chances are, if someone asks your opinion about a subject, you will have one, even if you don't know anything about the subject. Robert Ferber of the University of Illinois pointed out almost all surveys on political and economic issues, as well as on brand preferences and other marketing questions, contain a large component of ignorance, in that respondents' opinions are dictated by prejudice or propaganda. Communication is fundamental to the human condition, but we don't always worry about the veracity of our discussions. We're as likely to respond to gossip as to fact, sometimes even more so. We talk with friends. We talk in groups. Take a look around you as you go through a single day. How many people do you see in thoughtful discussion? How many conversations do you have? Some of those conversations are profoundly important to the development of an individual's worldview. Others are no more important than deciding what to have for supper. Academics have conversations too. Whether one studies oceanography, architecture, literature, medicine, deep space, or any other discipline, the conversations have evolved over time, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of years. What distinguishes academic conversations from the kind each of us has each day of our lives? First is purpose. Academic conversations are more tightly focused and intent on revealing as much as possible about the question at hand. They tend to be evidence-based. The academic can make any sort of claim as long as that claim can be substantiated by sufficient evidence.
Before listening to the rest of the audio, take some time to look at questions 36 to 40. Now listen and answer questions 36 to 40.
So what does all this have to do with writing, and especially academic writing? The discussions we have with friends and social groups is usually fleeting. Our voices and ideas float away almost as quickly as we move from one group to another. Academic discussions, on the other hand, are frequently recorded in some way, whether directly or as an interpretation. Those recordings, for many generations, survived in libraries around the world, protected and venerated for their wisdom. Each generation of scholars has looked not only forward, but also back toward those who had already made discoveries and took the time to record them. If they didn't do that, each generation would be forced to rediscover what someone else had labored to find. So how do you join academic conversations? First, recognize that no matter how good your opinions might be, if they are not based on evidence, they are no better than anyone else's. The adage that everyone is entitled to his opinion is true, but it does not take any notice of whether an opinion is relevant, credible, based on fact, or simply exists because the opinion holder thinks it exists. Second, develop the habit of fact-checking when an issue is important. Seek out more than one or two opinions on issues. It's so tempting to take the first 2 or 3 sources in a Google search and try to build a case around them. But doing that means one is likely to have little understanding of the nuances so essential to making a well-informed decision. Lastly, cultivate reliance on high-quality resources. Learn how to use the database subscriptions provided to you by the campus. Seek out the best internet sources. More about that later. The main point is to energetically pursue more and better knowledge. Then jump right in and be willing to modify your thinking over and over and over as you learn more and refine your ideas.
This is the end of section 4.